In the dark silence of space, a massive alien command ship floated quietly near the edge of an uncharted star system. The ship belonged to the Zarquin Empire, a proud and powerful alien race known for dominating entire galaxies. On this day, the silence was broken by something strange, a weak signal, coming from a small rocky planet nearby. It was not a natural signal. It was artificial. And worse, it was human. Commander Starak stood on the bridge, his 4 eyes fixed on the screen. The signal kept repeating, but it was in a language they didn't fully understand. The only word they could translate was scout. The room fell silent as the word echoed through the command deck. The crew exchanged nervous glances. They had never met a human before. They had heard rumors, whispers from other alien races about a species that learned too fast, fought too hard, and never gave up. Most of the Zarquin dismissed those stories as myths, but Starak wasn't so sure. "Send a scout team to the surface," he ordered. "Find the source." Minutes later, a small shuttle left the mothership and entered the planet's thin atmosphere. It landed in a barren valley filled with sharp rocks and red dust. The air was cold, and the sky was a dull gray. The team, made of 6 experienced alien soldiers and 1 scientist, stepped out carefully, scanning their surroundings. In the distance, something shiny caught their eyes. A crash site. Smoke rose gently from a half-buried object. As they got closer, their fears were confirmed. It was a small escape pod. The outer shell was burned and dented, but it still carried clear markings. Human. The scientist, Velo, approached the pod and opened a panel. It wasn't locked. He looked inside and froze. "It's empty," he said. The others stared in shock. There were signs that someone had been inside, straps unbuckled, seats scratched, a helmet left on the floor. But there was no human. They quickly set up a perimeter around the crash site. Something felt wrong, too quiet. No animals, no wind. Just silence and the feeling of being watched. The team activated their scanners, searching for heat signatures or movement. At first, nothing. Then a faint signal appeared on the screen. 1 life form. It was moving fast, circling around them. "Stay sharp," Starak said through the comms. "This may be a trap." The soldiers aimed their weapons, forming a tight circle. The signal moved again, now behind them. They turned quickly but saw nothing. Dust rose and fell, but there was no sound. Then suddenly the lights on their scanners blinked and turned off. The systems failed. Communications dropped. 1 soldier took a step forward to check the cables and vanished. His teammates shouted his name. No answer. They rushed to where he was last seen. Nothing was there except his weapon and his communicator. Velo picked it up. It was still active. A sound came through, a voice, distorted, low, but clearly human. "Observe, survive, report." Starak clenched his jaw. This wasn't just a crash. This was a mission. They pulled back to the shuttle and tried to contact the main ship, but the signal was jammed. Velo worked on rebooting the systems. The rest of the team searched the area. One of the soldiers climbed a nearby rock to get a better view. He spotted something on the cliff wall, marks, symbols, drawings. He zoomed in. The symbols were not alien. They were human. Military symbols, tactical maps, as if someone had studied the terrain, planned it. "This human didn't crash," Velo whispered. "He's not running. He's hunting us." Back at the command ship, the bridge crew struggled to reach their ground team. The signal was weak and breaking. They managed to catch a few words. "Gone," "empty pod," "voice message." Then silence. Starak turned to his navigation officer. "Prepare defense systems. Something is wrong here." Meanwhile, on the surface, the sky began to darken. Not because of nightfall, but something. But a shadow passed over them, quiet and fast. The aliens looked up but saw nothing. Only the sound of their own breath inside their helmets. Back near the crash site, one of the soldiers found something buried in the dirt. A small metal tag. He wiped the dust off. It read, Scout 17. No name, just a number. Then, the temperature dropped. The last thing they heard before the lights went out again was the soft sound of footsteps behind them, and then silence returned. Inside the command ship, the screen flickered. For a second, just a second, a blurry image appeared. A human figure, tall, wearing black armor, staring straight into the camera. And then it vanished. Commander Satarek's voice was quiet. It's already inside the ship. An alien team from the Zarquin Empire landed on a remote planet after receiving a human signal. They found a crashed pod, but it was empty. One of their soldiers vanished. A strange voice echoed from his communicator. Observe, survive, report. Commander Satarek whispered, It's already inside the ship. Scene 1, planet surface, near crash site. Daylight, the alien team stood in a tight circle. Weapons up, eyes scanning every direction. Starak, radioing. Velo, status? Velo, nervously working on scanner. All systems are glitching. No life signs, no tech readings. It's like something is jamming us. The red dust swirled in the windless air. The silence was heavy. Where one soldier once stood, now there was only a communicator and a small pool of a dark green fluid, alien blood. The group moved back toward their shuttle, slowly, cautiously. But they didn't know. They were already being watched. Scene 2. Inside the alien shuttle. The door shut behind them. For a moment they felt safer, but something was off. One of the alien guards reached for the control panel. Nothing worked. Guard, shuttle is locked down. AI isn't responding. Starak. It's the human. He's not hiding. He's controlling. Velo, to himself. One scout, and he's doing this? Suddenly the shuttle lights flickered. A low hum began like a signal trying to break through. Then, a message played through the comms, a distorted human voice. You found the pod, but you didn't find me. Scene 3. Alien POV. Outside the shuttle. Searching. 2 soldiers volunteered to search outside. As they moved out, their body cams streamed back to the team. Velo watched the screens. At first, normal. Rocks, dust, the crash site. But then one cam shook. The soldier looked around wildly, breathing fast. The video glitched. Velo shouting, What happened? Respond! No answer. The second soldier's cam showed him turning. He screamed, and his camera dropped to the ground. Static. Both were gone. Scene 4, inside, shuttle, fear spreads. Only 4 remained inside now. Starak. We were not sent here to fight. This was supposed to be a scan mission. Velo whispers. Then why did he let us find the pod? Why the signal? The lights flickered again. A new message played. This time the voice was calm, almost amused. I needed someone to follow it. You were perfect. Starak's face hardened. He looked out the shuttle window. For just a moment he saw something far away on a ridge, a silhouette, standing still, watching. He blinked. It was gone. Scene 5. Mini reveal. Velo finally accessed the pod's damaged flight recorder. He stared at the screen, horrified. Starak. What does it say? Velo, softly. This human was trained for deep enemy infiltration. No extraction, no backup. He was sent alone to test reactions. Starak. Test us? Velo nods. Slowly. Yes, and we failed. Ending cliffhanger, security footage. Back aboard the alien mothership, a junior officer watched old footage from before the scout team launched. The ship's hallway camera flickered for a moment. He paused the screen. Zoomed in. A shape moved behind the loading doors, just for a second. Not alien. Human. The officer's hand shook. He hit the emergency alarm. Too late. Behind him, a tall, silent figure stepped out of the shadows. A single human scout is causing fear and confusion among the Zarquin Empire. The alien team sent to the planet is being picked off one by one. The scout was not lost. He was sent to observe, to test. On the mothership, an alert sounds. Unauthorized. Life form detected. Containment failed. The human's voice echoes. This was just a scout. You should be afraid of what comes next. Scene 1, planet surface. Inside damaged shuttle. Low red light. Only 2 aliens remain. Commander Starak, leader. Velo, scientist. Xorn, the soldier, lies unconscious. They can't wake him up. Velo plugs into the human pod's data system. Again, this time digging deeper, past security layers, past firewalls. Human technology is fast, clever, almost like it knew it would be found. Starak. Find something, anything, before he comes back. Scene 2, secret human log. Translator AI activated. A hidden file opens. It's a personal log, voice only. The scout's voice is calm, confident. Day 19. Alien team approaching signal beacon. They are careful but predictable. No coordination, no trust between them. Good. Goal is not to destroy. Goal is to learn how they react under fear. Phase 1, isolation. Phase 2, infiltration. Phase 3. The log ends. Starak, alarmed. What's Phase 3? Velo keeps searching. He finds body cam footage, but not from the human. It's from one of the missing Zarquin soldiers. Scene 3, recovered alien body cam. Horror footage. Velo and Starak watch the footage. The alien soldier walks through rocks, weapon ready. He hears a whisper. Turns. Sees. Nothing. He breathes heavily, then starts talking to himself. Soldier. On cam. I don't know where the others went. I hear my name, but it's not them. He spins fast. Then suddenly his voice becomes quiet. He's in my mind. The last thing on the screen, the scout's shadow passing by the lens, then static. Scene 4, Velo's realization, psychological warfare. Velo steps back, pale. Velo. He doesn't just attack. He uses fear as a weapon, breaks us mentally, before he ever fires a shot. Starak. That's why our team turned on each other. It wasn't confusion, it was him. They hear movement from outside, a scraping sound, like something dragging on metal. Velo looks to Starak. He's not done. This is still Phase 2. Scene 5, human's voice returns. Mind games begin. The ship's AI turns on by itself. The human voice plays, but now it's slower, colder. You're learning. Good. That's part of the experiment. Fear makes you predictable. Predictable enemies are easy to remove. Velo suddenly sees something on his tablet, a digital map of the entire alien mothership, with the human's path marked on it. Velo, shocked. He mapped everything before he even landed. Starak. He was never here to escape. He was here to test us. For invasion. Scene 6. Back on the mothership, so chaos spreads. Inside the mothership, chaos erupts. Security bots fire randomly in the hallways. Lights flicker. Officers scream for help. A high-ranking general shouts, "We need to purge the ship. Erase all systems." The AI replies, "Command denied. Human override in place." On the monitor, they see a still image. Grainy, but clear enough. The human scout walking calmly down a corridor, untouched. He looks straight into the security camera, smiles slightly, and vanishes. Ending cliffhanger, the final log file. Back on the planet, Velo finds one last hidden file, encrypted. He opens it. It's a message to other humans. Test complete. Target species. Panicked. Disorganized. Reliant on central command. Not ready for open war. Recommend strategic elimination phase. Awaiting orders for full contact, Starek stands frozen. Velo closes the file. Velo, softly. They weren't afraid of us. They were just watching. Part 5. The backup arrives. Estimated script. Length, 5 to 7 minutes. Style, third person, simple English. Tone, action, plus escalation, plus desperation. Opening recap, voiceover. Previously on HFY Sci-Fi. One human scout broke the Zarquin systems with fear and control. The aliens discovered he was sent to test them, observe reactions, infiltrate without violence. But his final log said, "Test complete. Recommend strategic elimination phase." Awaiting full contact. Now, the real mission might be about to begin. Scene 1. Planet surface. Inside crashed shuttle. Tension rising. Starek and Velo sit in silence. Outside, a storm brews. Red dust in the air. Lightning flashes across the sky, but there's no thunder, no wind, just silence. Velo. Commander, the storm. It's not natural. The ship's sensors say it appeared 5 minutes ago, from nothing. Suddenly, Velo's scanner picks up a signal. Incoming craft, small, fast. Human signature confirmed. Starek, coldly. The backup is here. Scene 2. Orbit. Human drop pod approaches mothership. Cut to the Zarquin mothership in orbit. A tiny black pod enters view. No weapons, no engine flare, just drifting quietly. Alien sensors detect it too late. The crew tries to lock on. But the pod disappears from sensors. AI voice. Object lost. Possible cloaking detected. A second later, an internal blast rocks the ship. A hatch near the core opens by itself. The pod is already inside. Scene 3. Velo's horror. Human tactics unfold. Back on the planet, Velo checks data coming from the mothership. Velo whispers, "Commander, the backup didn't come to help the scout. It came to finish the test." He shows Starek a data stream. Zarquin defense systems are being shut down one by one. Starek, "Not possible. We have locked firewalls." Velo, "Not locked enough. They're not just warriors. They're code breakers." Starek grips his weapon.